Thank you so much for taking the time.
Oh my gosh, thank you for being here.
Of course. I had so much fun with this movie. Watching it, I can't imagine how much fun was it to film it.
Oh, we had a blast. We had a real blast. Like, I love Ke so much, just like the human that he is. So it was so nice to be on set with him and just sort of be affirmed that all my thoughts were true. They were like a reality. But it was a great sandbox, and with a wonderful director, Jojo. He's a first-time director, and I just really think he did his thing with this one. And we all got to sort of try some new things, show some different like colors within our talent, and that to me is where real magic happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like when you can just sort of take some big risks and you feel safe to do that.
Yeah, I love that. And I was talking to him earlier, and he said you did like the majority of your own stunts.
I did.
That's impressive, by the way.
I even learned how to drive a stick.
You did?
I learned how to drive a stick in about an hour.
In an hour?
In an hour.
That's impressive.
I was like, boo boo, what you need? Let's go. I will give it a go. But I loved it. I freed myself from kind of like holding back on this one. I was like, I will try everything. I have a very strong skill set. I'm very coordinated. My background as a dancer was very helpful because to me it's the same palette. You're just using different colors. And I had a really good time. Rose taught me a lot. You know, her ethos is very much like flip the table, ask questions later.
Yes.
And I really admire that. I think there are a lot of, especially women in the world we're living in today, who really want to flip the table, and I say go for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I loved Rose. I love how badass she is, and like you said, she just doesn't care.
I think there comes a point in every person's life where you're just like, I don't give up anymore, you know. But it's how you wield that feeling, if that makes sense. And I think she did the best she could with what she had. You got to admit, in the context of this film, she's the conflict. She creates the backbone and creates, you know, the reason for the story to play out the way it does. And it's messy, but it's lovable and it's fun and it's a high octane. And to me, that makes great entertainment.
It does. And I love her line that she continuously says, you know, hiding ain't living.
Hiding ain't living. It's not, you know, and we live in wild times right now, in my opinion. And I think there are so many people who are filled with fear and who the impetus is to hide. And, you know, you got to do what you got to do for your own safety. But to me, the goal should always be that hiding ain't living, because you don't deserve to have to hide. You don't.
I love that. That's such great advice. Is there one of the stunts that maybe was the most challenging for you?
I mean, you know, sequences, like fight sequences on the whole can be challenging because it's about that connective tissue.
Yeah.
You know, there's a real speed, or at least to the sequence, the big sequence that we get to towards the end, it is about speed, right? So being able to execute all of that with precision, but also while you're acting through it and like reacting. And you know, I thought my special sauce was like understanding my body enough to be able to like create length, and in order to find like a weakness in my opponent. So it's a real skill to do multiple things at once. But hey, ladies, don't we do that every day?
Yes, exactly. Well, congratulations and thank you so much. I love this movie. I don't think I'm ever going to drink boba the same way ever again.
I do love boba.
I know. But are you just going to think about this movie every time now, probably?
I will think of Daniel Wu, I'll tell you that.
Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.